Yeah.
It is. I think it is.
Does it really matter?
All right. It does. No, it does not. So here we are, Nomad X community.
Aber
I
echt.
was just, I was just brainstorming what day it is and how I welcome everyone on the show. Nomad X community, Facebook family, we're back on track. And it's Monday. I just figured that out in my head. It is Monday today. And I was actually just in that second when we went live, I was asking Julia, is it Monday today? I don't know even how to greet the people. She said, yeah, it probably is. Who the fuck cares? And we figured out it is Monday and we're back on track for another amazing week. I hope all of you guys had a crazy cool weekend out there. And today we're here with Julia. And Julia is a good friend of mine, and we know each other since, I don't know, like 3 years, 4 years. It's definitely quite a long time. She's a pioneer in the digital nomad scene because she started her journey years and years ago. And what we want to talk about today is not just about how it is to be a pioneer in the digital nomad scene. No, we have a topic which is really, really interesting because we never had it before. It's about what it takes to travel and to live as a digital nomad with the whole family. And that's super, super cool. I'm really, really stoked. I'm excited to welcome you today. Julia, great to have you on the show.
Thank you, Ollie. Thanks for having me, and thanks for the nice introduction. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. And yeah, you're about right. I think 4 years ago, we were on each other's shows, live shows in the Facebook groups, right? You and mine, and I and yours.
Exactly.
And time has passed, and now we're back again here.
Here we are back again. Yeah, that's actually true. I'm not just like between 3 and 4 years ago. I know you interviewed me what it takes to do live shows, and I interviewed you on my show as well because I think that was by the time when I was doing this challenge when I was doing 70 lives in a row over 70 days, and I was like kind of crazy. That's already quite a long time ago, and I'm super happy. I'm so stoked to see you're still doing everything so successful. And you are still following that journey, which we also strongly believe in. But for the people who don't know, Julia, obviously there might be a lot in the community because they haven't been with us 4 years ago. Can you give us an introduction about yourself and tell us a little bit more about your story?
Yeah, sure. So my journey started in 2011, or actually I have to say it started before that because I go back to the time when I made a promise to myself. I literally worked my butt off in Germany in a communications agency. I was married to my job. I had 2 phones and I was running around and I had a really exciting job. But it wasn't, there was a moment when my body told me, hey, this is too much, right? So I was almost having a burnout and was for 3 weeks, I think, straight in bed. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't move. And I was thinking, okay, so you're not even 30. You feel like a 40 or 50-year-old manager, but you're working your butt off for someone else's dream. Something isn't right here, right? So I made a promise to myself saying, you will never suffer health issues from working too much again, unless it's for your own company or for your own business. And I decided to quit my job. It was a long process. Now it sounds very quick, but over the next few months, I made this shift and I decided to quit my job and travel the world for a little bit. And I wanted to take a break just for 3 to 6 months. And I bought this one-way ticket around the world, and I allowed myself to leave it open. But back in my head, I had, I'm from Germany, so we're very responsible people, and we do everything what everyone else is telling us. So I was like, oh, can I really leave for such a long time? 3 months? Will someone hire me after that again? And I was scared, and I was like, oh, maybe I should make it shorter. But then once I was out, and my first country was India, and I dove deep into traveling on my own, and it was a very intense experience, but still I licked blood and I said, okay, I want to see more. I want to experience more. And then long story short, the 3 to 6 months, they turned into a full year. And after that full year, I still hadn't enough. I was like, okay, this was fun. And more so, I met so many inspiring people out there who showed me that you can actually live outside of Germany, earning money and have a fantastic life. You know, back then I was still in this, oh no, all I can do is earn my money in Germany. Of course I knew but exaggerately saying, you know my point. And then, additionally, at the end of that first year, I met Claudio, who is the father of my 2 boys. And when we met, it was like, nice romance in the Chilean desert, and it was nice meeting you, but of course I did not believe that this was gonna last. But this guy had something to him, and we both said, well, why don't we give it a try? And we decided to give not only us a chance, but also this travel life a chance. And we packed our bags together from the Atacama Desert in Chile. We moved we started traveling throughout Asia, and then, well, we never stopped. So I don't want you to mention all the countries we went through, but that's where we started traveling together. And now the interesting part for you probably is, but how did I do it money-wise? Because I was not, I didn't have a sugar daddy, or my parents didn't send me anything. So my funds were running out, actually. And all I could think of was, okay, probably I will have to work in a bar, in a restaurant, in a hotel, what all the other backpackers are doing, right? So I was always looking for those jobs, and I don't know why, but no, now today I know, but back then I didn't know. Marketing and communications jobs would always fall into my lap. And it sounds crazy, but I applied for a receptionist job in a hotel. And they said, oh, we don't need a receptionist, but we need you to help us grow our blog, and we need marketing for that. Can you please help us? And I said, sure, mi hablo español, I can help you, even in Spanish. So I did that for a while. and then once my mind shifted, and this is actually also a key message here, because as soon as I realized it is possible to make money online, I would never I stopped looking for backpacker jobs, and then I focused 100% on what are my skills, what can I do, what did I do before, and how can I do that remotely from the laptop. And so, and then a lot of things happened, and interrupt me if I'm bubbling along.
No, keep going. That's cool. I love the story.
But awesome. It's just, you know, when I tell this story, it all sounds so logical, but back then it wasn't logical, because obviously I did not see how the future is, and past me was thinking, well, now you were lucky getting this one job that you can do online, but is it really sustainable? How can I live off it? And then slowly but surely, a lot of clients simply recommended me to others, and this is how my pool of clients grew and have been grown up until today. So I did many things. I started blogging. I started doing social media marketing management at first for other clients. Then I shifted. I started my coaching business a bit over a year ago, and I wrote a book. I'm a public speaker, so there are many things that then I picked up on the road. I expanded my skill set, and you know what? Every time I think about it, it's so much fun. You know, I think I work as much as I did back then, back in Munich when I was just before getting a burnout. But now I simply enjoy it, and it doesn't feel like working, because I work for me. And that's the big difference.
Awesome. What a story.
Yeah.
What a story. I love it. It's really, really inspirational. And that's why I introduced you as one of the pioneers, obviously, because you kind of like made it in the early days and you made it sustainable and you're still here and you obviously became way more successful. And I know you are also, as you said, like a public speaker, because I know on what stages you speak and what you outreach you have. So first of all, like congratulations to that. I think that's an awesome story and it's very, very
Thank you.
inspiring. And it gives I think it gives a lot of inspiration also to the people out there and to the people we have here in the community when they're starting off their journey. Because you said it right, you know, like when you look back, it might sound logical, it sounds funny, but once you're in the process, you know the struggle is real. But yeah, people, we have someone here again who is living proof that this is gonna work, and just push through.
That's it.
But now,
Yeah.
Julia, let's switch gears a little bit,
Mhm.
because you not just made it happen as a digital nomad, remote worker, and no, you also managed to build a family, and you didn't go back home, you know, like, because I feel like a lot of people are like, you know, like once they get kids, they're like, oh fuck, okay, that's it. Lifestyle over. I go back to Germany, I go back to Switzerland or wherever, you know, like, but no, you managed to live and to juggle on a daily basis with a family while making it happen in all these exotic places out there. How is that possible? And what is your main advice for everyone who's listening right now and wants to do
I
the
don't know,
same?
people. I really don't know. No, no, I'm just kidding. It is, kids are definitely a game changer, and I'm not gonna lie, it is a daily act of power, and you need a lot of energy. And all I can say is, if I did not enjoy the work that I'm doing as much as I do, I probably would have grumbled and said, let's go home and let's not do that anymore. And let's put the kids into a kindergarten and then or daycare, then they're out of my sight. But Claudia and I, we speak every, I don't know, every three months or so, and we reevaluate our current lifestyle, and we always come to the same conclusion. We say, okay, now put yourself into the position. Now imagine we are in Germany. We had a normal job, and the kids would go to school. No, not to school. They're 1 year old and 3 year old. So there's no one really going anywhere other than mommy's arms. But but you know what? Yeah, you just said it. Usually people think that they have to stay put in one place or they have to go to their home country. And we always decide again and again for the digital nomad lifestyle, because it's so much easier when you're not in those rigid structures. I enjoy having my kids in the mornings. I don't have to get up at 6, waking them up. Hey, we have to go at 7, starts kindergarten or whatever activity. That's one plus. We can create our daily schedule the way we want to. And yes, of course, I mean, we have to be more involved since we don't have someone taking care of them. But at the same time, since we're both working, or we are both our own bosses, so to speak, we can throw the balls to each other. And in the beginning, it was not as structured, to be honest. And we had to also learn. It was a process of learning for us. How do we do that now? Are you going to work and I watch the kid? And then there was a time that I remember when with our first child, with Vincent, that I was feeling very frustrated because I felt like I don't get to work as much as you do. You know, I always watch Vincent. So why don't you watch him more? Because I also, during the night, mommy is always more in charge. That's normal. But then we found out that you need a schedule, especially when you have kids. But I would suggest any digital nomad needs some sort of structure, even though we're breaking out of a structure. But if it's your structure, this was a game changer for me, at least. As soon as I made myself working hours and playtime hours, my life became so much more efficient. And that's how we do it. Usually the mornings, we rotate actually. So if I take care of the kids in the mornings, I get to work in the afternoon, and then we swap the next day. And this works out pretty well. And we also, like I said before, we are some sort of workaholics, or I don't mind sitting in the evening as well, a little bit in front of my computer and doing some stuff. I don't watch Netflix. Sometimes I do, but not so much anymore. And this is how we get shit done, using the hashtag.
I definitely got it, and I think that's a perfect formula to manage all that. Just know by the side, NomadX community, if you have questions, if you want to know more about what it takes, drop everything in the comments here. And even if you are watching the review, because I know a lot of you guys are gonna watch the review later on, drop everything in the comments. We're going to make sure Julia is getting tagged. If you have specific questions, how she's managing everything, how she's going to sustain that lifestyle, whatever you want to know, this is the time to ask. Personally, I have a question for you, which I'm really, really interested about. Okay, now you said, like your kids are like 1-year-old and 3-year-old. And so that seems to me, the way I imagine it is like, okay, that's doable at the moment, like, because they don't go to kindergarten, they go to school. But what's going to happen if they are getting older, like, and they are starting to go to school? Are you going to like homeschool then, or will you then, it doesn't have to be Germany or so, or will you stay in one place? Because if there is one thing every now and then I'm a little bit confused about, is like, like, is it fair to constantly travel with kids and make them change their environment all the time, because probably they make friends and then they have to go somewhere else and stuff like that? So that's how you imagine that. Is there already a plan for the future?
Not so much of a plan, but slowly but surely we're getting an idea of what it's going to be for us. Even though this might change, of course, we still have roughly 2 years to decide until our oldest is getting into the school age. But I'm also not really, how to say it, I don't really agree with the way children get taught in the common school system.
Classical
So for me,
schools,
the decision is not only will we keep on traveling, but it's also, do I really want to put him into the system? And I remember so many hours I was just frustrated as a kid sitting in the school. So I don't know if I want my child experience the same long hours sitting learning nothing for life, really. So these two aspects of it make it, probably we will decide against the traditional school system. And I have looked into homeschooling, international schools, world schooling. There are so many alternatives out there. I didn't even know that, only recently I'm tapping into it, and I'm not an expert yet, but I have learned a lot about it over the past few months also. And here on Koh Phangan in Thailand, where we're currently, there are many digital nomad families who have children with a higher age, and their kids, for example, here's a wonderful international school. They send them there after 3 months. They evaluate, and then they ask the child, do you want to go there or not? And if the child says no, it stays at home. It learns in its own pace, and free learning or unschooling and all these on these concepts, they work if you provide an enriching environment. And if the parents are like us, at home and working from home, then we can, I can jump in when I see, oh, my kid is now interested in this and that. Then I say, okay, let's try for a week, and we put him, learning kite surfing, for example. And then he learned something about the wind, and then we talk about physics and and if I see, or if we both notice, oh, this is not going to work and it's too much on us, well, then we change it again. It's nothing set set in stone, and I think that's the beauty of it. But if I go back to Germany and I say, yes, here is my son, I have to go every day. I have to do it, and this is something I don't like. Someone tells me what I have to do, it's like, no.
Yeah. Alarm bell.
So,
Gotcha.
so I don't think it's unfair, because right now, I mean, until now, of course, our children are too small or too little to have a word in this, or to say something about if we move again or not. But as I can see, I mean, the 3-year-old has already, he knows what he wants. And if I say, hey, do you want to go this place? Or, hey, would you rather stay here? Or would you want to go back, see your grandma and grandpa in Germany? Then sometimes says, yeah, would be nice. There are a lot of toy cars in Germany. And then I say, and if you had the toy cars here, do you like it here too? Yeah, I like it here, you know? And this is how, obviously, later on, it's going to be more elaborate, the discussions. And if one of our children decide that they don't want to do the travel thing anymore, hey, then, of course, I mean, then we'll find a solution. There might be an option to have 3 home bases around the world, so we can, you know, move every 6 months, or 2 home bases. You do, yeah, I don't know. It's that's the beauty of this lifestyle. You can design it the way you want, and I'm still so happy about it. Yeah, I like this freedom aspect of it.
Awesome. That's awesome. Julia, I love the way you put it out there. And I think you are, as I said before, you are living proof that this is doable. And not just the digital nomad lifestyle, but the digital nomad lifestyle with the family. So congratulations again to all your success, and to be a role model and to inspire others. Time is flying by, and as always, I try to keep it down to 20 minutes. We're already over time, but it was so interesting to listen to you and really, really inspiring. So super, super cool. One last question, and then I'll let you go. Where do people find you if they want to reach out to you personally? What's the easiest? We're obviously going to tag you in that post later on. Where else can we?
Well, the easiest probably, sorry?
Yeah, sorry, go on.
The easiest probably through my website, jeyjetter.com, or on Facebook. It's all, I'm on social media with Jey Jetter. And yeah, I mean, if people have more questions about how you can do it, or how you can do it in the future, or if you already started, I do this as a coaching now since a year, like I said. So there's also on the website the option to get in touch with me, and yeah, maybe if you're interested, I can help you set up your digital nomad family journey. And yeah, get in touch. I'd be happy to guide you, and you don't make the same mistakes like we did.
Exactly. And we're going to definitely make sure we're dropping here everything in the comments later on, and making sure that post is keeping going and going and going. In this case, Julia, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to the community, providing the value, sharing the insights. And I wish you all the best. Good luck. Say hello to the whole family, to your lovely husband, to the lovely kids, and take very good care in Thailand, Koh Phangan, where you are at the moment. I hope you guys can stay there for quite a long time, and it's not getting too messy with the whole war situation. Cross my fingers for you. And in this case, thank you so much, and sending you all the love from Bali. Stay in there. It was great having you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Bye, Ollie. Take care. You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.